Hello everyone and welcome to the Arcade Cabinet. Now this week we're taking a look at Frez, which is a puzzle game.
Puzzle game, it's a platformer, it's a complete mind bender.
So, just looking at the title screen, it's kind of doing my head in a bit.
Yeah, it's one of those optical illusions. If you kind of blink, you'll see it in a completely different angle. And that's really kind of representative of the game as a whole. It's something that will completely challenge your perceptions of the platform genre.
It's giving me a headache.
Yeah, should I just start the game?
Start playing.
All right.
Cool. So, I mean, at first glance, this looks like a platform game. It's got this very nice kind of 8-bit look to it.
Yeah, very deliberate kind of 8-bit style, but that really belies an incredibly kind of complex graphic engine at work.
Yeah, I mean, you're spinning the level around. What's going on there?
So every environment is actually a fully 3D environment,
Right.
And they've used this clever bespoke new engine that they call the Trixel engine, which basically gives the impression that you're in this 2D environment, but when in fact you are occupying a full 3D space.
Oh, cool.
And thanks to Gomez's Fez, Gomez is the lead little white marshmallow guy you see here.
Yes.
The Fez enables him to see into these extra dimensions.
It's a magic Fez.
It's a magic Fez.
Good.
It's a magic
Okay.
world-rotating Fez.
Good. I can get on board with magic Fez. That's fine.
It's looks like a typical platformer where you go around collecting, magical cubes,
Yeah.
and for maybe 50% of the game that really is the case. But there's another 50% that I really don't want to talk that much about, because that's really where the meat of the game lies,
Right.
and really what makes Fez an incredibly special game.
Yeah, so the aim of the game is these little gold cubes. You
Yes.
have to collect enough of them to fill in the entire cube, and then that's the level.
Yes,
complete?
so no. So that's the thing, that this game isn't kind of a level by level. It's not a linear game. It's actually a full open world game.
Right.
So there's a great deal of exploration involved, and when you're dealing with a 3-dimensional stroke 2-dimensional space, it's quite a difficult way of, if you imagine being the cartographer for that kind of world.
Right, yeah.
It's insanely complex. So if I show you the world map, you'll see it just consists of all of these. I think they're kind of cube shapes,
Yeah.
like tetrahedrons. But and the way it works is you see the kind of main hubs of various areas, and they have lots of spokes.
Right.
And as you explore those spokes, they fill up. The map grows, and you can fully explore the map in 3D, zoom it around, spin it around, just have a look at everything.
So
And
how do you move between these areas?
so you find doors, and a lot of the time you locate the doors by rotating the level, and you'll see doors that you can enter through. Now, ones that you haven't previously explored will be a closed door. Anything you have will be open. There's also locked doors. You do have to find secret treasure chests. You'll locate secret treasure maps that are incredibly obtuse.
Right.
You really have to kind of tune into this game's language and game's logic. And when I say language, I mean there is basically an entire language to learn, which is representative of button commands, of numbers, of letters of the alphabet.
Yeah.
There are so many little clues that aren't spelled out for you throughout the game. It's all about not only just collecting the cubes, but also being incredibly observant.
So are there things like enemies and bosses in this, or is it much more of a kind of sedate pace?
It's very sedately paced. I mean, that's the one thing that will stop people getting frustrated. You can't die. You can throw yourself off high ledges. You can die, but at the moment you die, you are immediately reset. Not to the bottom of the level, you actually reset from the platform you jumped off as well.
Right, okay.
So it really minimises frustration in that regard as well. So you can really dedicate your time to just exploring at your own pace, trying to work things out. The only real threat that grows across the game is kind of this kind of anti-space, kind of basically black holes that appear in the level.
Right.
Because your ultimate aim by collecting these cubes is to stop the entire universe collapsing. So
Okay.
no small.
Noble aim.
Yeah, no small feat. So as you progress, more of this anti-space will start creeping into the levels, and the way you have to navigate through them becomes a bit trickier. Initially, they're quite wide open. You can you can make a few errors while you're exploring the environment, but once these things come in, you've got to be quite tight with the way that you navigate around. You'll also find various warp points. I mean, this pays homage to so many kind of classic games. So there's lots of very kind of unspoken aspects to it. You'll find these little doors with 2 squares on them, and if you find a corresponding one, they'll glow yellow, and at that point you can then automatically warp
cool.
between those 2 points at any time. So again, that's another point where having the pen and paper comes handy, because at no point does it ever tell you on the map where those are once you've discovered them. It's a lot more organic than that, and once you've found those things, it's really up to you to remember where they are, but it really does help you kind of navigate the environment. If you stand by a door before entering it, your little cube assistant will then actually show you a picture of what's through that door.
Okay.
And that corresponds with the picture that's on the map as well.
Great.
So you don't have to kind of go through the doors and wait for it all to load through.
Yeah.
You can do that as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on. There's so much thought that's been put into this. This isn't a game that's taken 5 years purely because there were only a couple of people working on it. It's a game that's taken 5 years because those couple of people have been putting everything into it.
Yeah. So that's Frez. It's available now. It's beautiful to look at, utterly charming, and totally mind-bending.
Yes, all of the above. The acclaim it's garnered is not without reason. This is incredibly special, and at 800 Microsoft points, it's an essential purchase. You must get this game.
Yeah. Or just try the free trial available right now.
Why?
Just buy it.
Just buy it.